You were selling your home. You filled out a disclosure about the known issues with your home. You get an offer, and your home is now under contract. And one of the contingencies is going to be a home inspection. So let's say that gets done, and the buyer sends you a list of repair requests along with the home inspection report. And you thought you probably knew your house pretty well, but you see some things on that report that you weren't aware of, and the buyer is asking you to fix them. So now what do? I'm Jana Classy, and my husband and I are realtors here in the Eastern Panhandle. So here's your options and the consequences of each choice. You can negotiate the repairs so that an agreement is reached and you all proceed to settlement. If an agreement is not reached and the contract falls through and your home goes back on the market, then here's what you're facing. West Virginia requires that the seller and the agent disclose any known problems with the house. So, since the inspection pointed out some issues that you weren't aware of, you're going to be required to disclose those issues to future buyers now that you are aware of them. And if you don't disclose them, and a future buyer moves into the house and then discovers those problems and discovers that they were pointed out in a past home inspection, then you could be facing legal ramifications. So here's some real life situations from our experience about home inspections. First one here I'll tell you about. This is the home we recently listed. Beautiful home. The home inspection revealed a problem with a retaining wall on the property. The seller didn't put that in his disclosure because he wasn't aware of it. So now that he knows it, he'll be obligated to disclose that in the future if this contract falls through. So he and the buyer were able to come to an agreement about the problem and agreed to a repair, and the home proceeded to settlement. And that's really an ideal situation. Here's another example. And this is a deal from a couple of years ago, and it was one of those beautiful old homes with the stone foundation. And the home inspection revealed that the stone was crumbling in one corner and the structure was compromised. So the seller refused to accept the home inspection and wouldn't negotiate a repair with the buyer. So the buyer really loved the home, so they had a contractor come in to confirm the finding and give them an estimate of what it would cost to repair. But the seller still was having none of it. He wanted to cancel the current contract and put the home back on the market and not disclose that issue. And so I think that was a pretty risky decision, and we wouldn't do it. So we hired another realtor, and the home did sell. I hope everything turns out okay with it, though. All right, so that's the second example. Here's another example. And this is about a beautiful newer colonial that looked to be in perfect condition and a really nice neighborhood. But the home inspection revealed some problems. Broken window seals, there was some rotted wood on the deck, and some electrical issues. And none of these things were known of by the seller, and they kind of doubted the findings. So they offered a fairly small repair contribution, which the buyers refused, and neither side, neither buyer nor seller would budge. So that contract fell through. And the sellers did disclose those issues with an added note to the disclosure saying they were not in agreement with the findings, but that nevertheless, here's what the home inspector found. So the home went back on the market, and they ended up getting less than the sales price they had in the first place. So just wrapping all this up, and the moral to the story, it's just much better to negotiate and work out an agreement on the repairs with the buyer you have in hand. Because now that you have some new knowledge on the condition of your home, you'll be in the position of needing to disclose those problems to future buyers. So what's that saying? Better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. All right. You know, I think it's important to realize the consequences of a home inspection. And a lot of buyers I talk to really haven't thought of that outcome. So I wanted to do this video and kind of go over it. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we're always available. If you have any questions, we're at 304-264-2828, and I hope to talk to you. Have a wonderful day.